So 2 days ago-ish, Mr. Wizard, one of like the head TOs for EVO, announced on Twitter EVO rules update. We have removed the no coaching rule, reduced the time between rounds to 30 seconds, and added a stage 3 passing rule. So a lot of people obviously saw this tweet and discussion started, and basically, if we're gonna summarize what this entire message led to, so if you play at EVO, if you play on stage, on the main stage, coaching is banned. You can't have your coach if you play on the main stage. If you play off stage, you can have your coach up to top 8. Alright? So if you play on stage, no coaching. Off stage, you can't have your coach. And then the question started to be like, a lot of people asked like, oh, how is matches decided for the stream? And apparently you have the right to refuse to play on the main stage up to top 8. So if you do not want to play on the main stage, you can decline to do that every single time until top 8 starts. So in top 8, coaching is banned. But yeah, if you have a coach, you can be like, oh, I don't want to play on stream. And theoretically, you could have a tournament having no matches on stream up to top 8. And some people will probably say, oh, that will never happen. That's the worst case scenario. First off, tournament organizers often, and they should, count from a worst case scenario. Why do you think 3 out of 5 at EVO is so impossible for Melee? It's partly because, yes, on average, it takes a longer time. It's also partly because they count on basically the worst case scenario. If HBox versus 2Dat was the entire top 8, what would happen? Like, after EVO 2016, they had a huge break before Street Fighter started. Because they wanted to have, they wanted to make sure they have enough time to switch between the games. So you need to take into account pretty much worst case scenarios. And the thing is also, in the Melee community, it's not like crazy amount of money, right? But the people that do have money is also the people that is most likely to have a coach. Currently, we have 2 official coaches in Melee, which is Tafo and Captain Crunch. And they both represent a top 6 member each. HBox declining every match up to top 8 would not surprise anyone. That would only be the strategical option for him, right? So it won't be an HBox on stream before top 8 at EVO 2018 if this rules happens. And imagine if Mango, until next EVO, I don't think he ever would, but imagine that he changed his mind and he wanted to have mid-set coaching. Then we wouldn't have any Mango on stream before top 8 either. I know Levin is very vocal about coaching, but we saw him use coaching against HBox at Smash and Splash. So it wouldn't be impossible that he would use that tool to prove a point. Levin often is like that. If he thinks something is wrong, he might still use it and be like, oh, this sucks, and I'm going to show you why it sucks. And if Levin does that, then it's no Levin on stream before top 8 either. So I think you guys can see where my point is here, right? That theoretically, and not only theoretically, it very likely could be a very bad streaming experience for all the viewers, since you have the right. The TOs can't tell you, play on stream. You as a player have a right to say, nope, I don't want to play on stream, I will play off stream, and my coach will be there with me. So I think this EVO rule set is extremely bad. And the thing is, it literally took 2 minutes to break it down from an announcement to an incredible flaw of the entire rule. So I love EVO personally, but this rule is absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. And another thing that's really bad with it is that you basically change the rule set based on where you're physically playing the game. Wait, they changed it again? Practical task, really? Are you sure? Pounder said they changed it again. You can be coached on stream before top 8. Oh, alright, so then they are at the very least more consistent, but then it still sucks. It still sucks. Not as bad, but if they say they can't control mid-set coaching, if they say they can't control mid-set coaching happening off-stream, how are they going to control the 30-second rule for mid-set coaching off-stream? That doesn't make any sense, right? Because if you would need to have, like, I don't know, like pool captains or whatever having the responsibility to make sure coaching doesn't happen, then you also need to have these people responsible to make sure that 30 seconds is the absolutely limit. And if you go like even like 1 or 2 seconds too long, then you're breaking the rule, right? So the amount of people you need to make sure coaching doesn't happen, you still need to make sure that no one goes above 30 seconds. But yes, I will admit, I didn't know that they had texted on Reddit about coaching being allowed on stage as well. But even that decision in itself, it shows that they admit that one flaw happened in the rule set. Now I hope they just realize all the rest of the flaws. No coaching during top 8. No tree passing on the stage ever. So you walk to the edge of the stage to talk to your coach. So basically we're gonna have a party like a sprint. Like the smasher runs to the edge. I guess that's very fitting in this current meta. Runs to the edge, talk to their coach, make sure to be back on their like share before 30 seconds. Yeah, no, that's a fucking joke. That actually sounds even more stupid. Yeah. But yeah, as I said, they need, if they say that it's impossible to control mid-set coaching happening off-stream, then I want them to give an explanation of how they're going to control that not more than 30 seconds is ever used off-stream. And if they can't do that, then I don't really, I don't know. I don't see a good reasoning for all of this then. They don't have the manpower to enforce that off stream. But the thing is, they still need the manpower to make sure that no one goes above 30 seconds. So, and I guess someone could make the argument that, oh, but then we cannot have mid-set coaching since no one can control, like, you can make an argument for both things here, that they are both extremely hard to enforce. Both no coaching happening in the first place, and if coaching happens, make sure that it doesn't last for more than 30 seconds. They're both hard to enforce. I do agree with that. But I do not agree saying that we can't enforce no coaching off stream, but we can enforce 30 seconds. I would like to hear an explanation how you can enforce coaching with 30 seconds, but you can't enforce no coaching at all. That's the biggest problem here, and that's what I would like to get described. But yeah, that pretty much sums it all up. I personally think it sucks. I hope it gets changed. But at the very least, I think we're one step closer. Because since they said no coaching on stream, and now they have changed it, so they already understood how much they messed up and how bad the stream experience could be. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the EVO rule set.